I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here inside the Hub Culture studio, part of the Davos Hub Culture campus. Really pleased now to be joined by Dr. Veronica Lange. She's in the Chief Digital Office at UBS. Thanks very much for coming along.
Nice for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what you've been doing here in Davos around the Tech for Climate idea.
Davos is really always a very unique experience because you have the opportunity to meet so many people that are working on technology and innovation activities, and that is also some of our mandate within UBS. We've hosted a breakfast Wednesday morning together with Digital Switzerland on Tech for Climate. And that has been really interesting to hear from experts and panelists that we had invited, how you can make use technology for climate topics.
What kind of technology, what kind of things were discussed?
I mean, it's all about the connectivity, the Internet of Things that we have to measure, but also AI or blockchain technologies, and bringing and putting that forward to solve some of the issues that we have to either counteract or to provide guidance and help for companies and the public to combat climate change. So that starts with how do you actually measure, and then how do you share data in a trusted way. And it goes beyond just the pure investment aspect that you would think a bank is interested in.
So tell me a little more about your remit at UBS and the kinds of technologies you're looking at. I'm really interested in blockchain and how you're seeing that develop.
Yeah, so we're trying to really be a little bit the eyes and ears for the company in terms of what's happening with tech change. And as that, we collaborate with many players in the ecosystem, with academia, with startups, fintech startups, but also other tech startups. And internally as well, trying to generate ideas and really create new options, strategic options, because the banking system is undergoing transformation. And that transformation is driven partly also by technology options. So becoming agile, responding to that, and also building collaboratively what is the new financial market infrastructure. And that's where these technologies that you've named are playing a role. But it also goes up to the very future-looking topics like quantum computing and how could that potentially impact. So it's quite a broad spectrum.
Very broad. How are you thinking about quantum? Is that on your radar at the moment?
Well, it's still a way out, so I think we should tackle that one in a few years' time. At this point, it's more of a research topic for us.
And how important is collaboration and partnerships? You mentioned it before. I'm wondering if you can just tell me a little more.
Oh, it's very important because, I mean, as a large bank, we obviously have a lot of resources and knowledge. But when you really want to have new technology insights and knowledge, talent that is working on that, you need to cooperate with the people that are really at the forefront, that come right out of university, that have created businesses and that know how to apply that. That's one of the equation, but also there's other efforts when it comes to the new financial market infrastructure where we need to collaborate with all partners in that ecosystem, and that means the other banks, but also regulators and the other institutions that it needs to really make that step change.
So just in terms of blockchain, how are you already integrating it, or how are you partnering? Give me a little idea of the roadmap. Well,
there's a few solutions that are actually live. This October we went live with our trade finance solution, WeTrade. It's one of the first ones that's using a distributed ledger to actually give clients trade finance end-to-end, everything out of one hand.
So give me an example of what trade finance means.
When you sell a machine to somebody as a company, you ship it and you wait for your payment. So there's some risk somebody won't pay for it. And you can put that contract on a blockchain and then it's automatically executed when it happens. Once you do that, you also have the opportunity that everything around your contract is actually connected. So how much for FX will you need for it? How much insurance do you want to have in it? So it becomes like a one-stop portal where you can, in a very efficient way, put together services for clients.
Fascinating. Anything else you're doing with blockchain?
Another interesting initiative is the utility settlement coin. That's a project that has started a couple of years back. And this year, in 2019, actually last year, the JV was founded by many of the 13 participated banks. And it creates a form of digital cash representation that will be equivalent to central bank cash, which we hope is one of the constructs that we can use for interbank settlement to make payments being settled instantly and not within 1 or 2 days. So huge efficiency gains possible there.
Incredible. And what's the excitement or the understanding or the planning around that look like?
You can check it out on finality.com on the website. They're announcing when trials happen and when it goes to production. But it's certainly one of the bigger themes because it's done in work together with 5 regulators and central banks of all of the major currencies. So it's something to look at.
Really exciting. Thanks so much for stopping by to talk to me, Dr. Veronica Lange from UBS.